Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Well, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about CMHC today because they're forecasting we're down 9 to 18%. They're tightening mortgage rules. I mean, they're out there and they're doing their thing. What we're going to do here today is we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to look behind the curtain and see what those mortgage rules actually mean to the average consumer, what they actually mean to us. And again, let's talk just real talk. So first off, we're going to go through the changes in the CMHC guidelines. So effective July 1st, they're limiting gross and total debt servicing GDS, TDS ratios, and their standards requirements will be 35 and 42. So what that means is you're going to be able to afford less of a mortgage. So it's going to effectively lower how much of a mortgage you can get and lower your payments. And just so you have a good guidance, the GDS and TDS on non-insured mortgages are 32% and 40%. We're not that far off. So what is this going to do? Let's let's look behind the curtain on this one. Yeah, it's going to lower the top end of the market that you can go buy in if you are getting a CMHC insured mortgage. It's kind of what the stress test did. I don't think it's going to be on as big a scale. I don't think it's going to affect as many people. Unless you were buying at the top end of your range, then that's going to lower that range for you. Again, is it going to affect people? Yes. Is it going to be catastrophic? No. Are any of these? I don't think so. So if you guys can stop watching the video now, except I'm going to go through the 9 to 18% later if you guys want to hear that. I don't think any of these changes are catastrophic. So everybody who's Chicken Little out there saying, oh, doom and gloom, CMHC, blah, 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 just wait. All right, so established minimum credit score of 680 for one borrower. One of the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 borrowers on there has to have a minimum credit score of 680. Maybe this is a video I can do how to get your credit score to 680 and above. It actually isn't all that hard to have a 680 credit score. The minimum before was 640, so they've raised it about 6%. Not that much, 6-7%. It's really not all that much in the grand scheme of things, and you should have good credit to be able to buy houses. This is, if we've learned nothing from the United States and ninja mortgages and that type of thing, that if you have good credit, you're more likely to pay your bills if things go wrong. Again, I don't think any of this is catastrophic. Non-traditional sources of down payment that increase debt indebtedness will no longer be treated as equity for insurance purposes. Basically, it's telling you if you can get it gifted from a family member still, yet they're not going to look at, they're just not going to look at different things. Like they're taking out the funny down payment things, like my brother's uncle's aunt is giving me my down payment, or I'm getting it, basically all they want to see is that you've had the money in your account for 3 months and it's your money, and that's fine. So if you are going to go and use one of these other sources, non-traditional down payment sources, well, you just kind of have to have that in the bank for 3 months. So you get your non-traditional source to give it to you, you put it in a GIC for 3 months, and then you go buy a house. And you say, well, where's the down payment coming from? Well, it's coming from this GIC I have. Pretty simple. So, guys, those are the 3 changes. If we just go to, it's still, in my opinion, it's easier to get a CMHC mortgage. You're going to get better rates and better terms because you get a longer amortization than if you get a traditional mortgage. Is this going to affect some people? Yeah. It's just a matter of how many. Is it 5%? Is it 10%? Don't know. So it is going to affect some people. You know, you guys have till July 1st before the changes go into effect. So if it is going to affect you and you want to buy a house before then, I mean, now's the time. So if you guys want to buy a house before July 1st, now's the time, guys. I'd get out there and I'd start looking. Brandon, this is probably for you, bud. You need to go buy a house. All right, so let's talk 9 to 18% decrease in home prices. What does that mean? Let's look behind the curtain, as my good friend Don Campbell would say. 9 to 18%. So first off, we have to realize that CMHC is nationwide. So it's nationwide, and they are very conservative. We might see a drop in, say, Alberta. And that might be significant because they are kind of a boom-bust economy. Obviously, a lot of oil. They've lost a lot of jobs in Calgary area. There's homes sitting on the market for a long time out there. Are they seeing price decreases? Yeah. Okay. Now, Saskatchewan and those places had a huge run-up in prices. Might they? I don't know. I don't know enough about those markets. I don't really study them. I don't really go out and look at them. Yet, we have to think that that's a national thing. And that national average is dominated by 3 big real estate markets. Actually, really 2 big real estate markets, the Vancouver and Toronto real estate market. So they're telling us that one of those 2 markets is at least going to see some decline. Now, obviously, the next couple markets, you can just go bigger cities. So Edmonton, Calgary, Montreal, of course, and these affect it. Anecdotally, in our area, I mean, so we work in 3 different price points. In Oakville, it's higher end, like a detached home, you're probably minimum 1.3, 1.4 million. Burlington, it's closer to about 900. Hamilton, you're still 600,000. So in Hamilton, we're still seeing 10, 13 offers on properties. Burlington, we're not seeing as many. And I mean, we're still pretty robust in the Oakville market. Let's do this again in a year. Let's see who is right. I mean, I think maybe we could see a 2% national decline in home prices. Maybe. I mean, do these changes help or hinder that? I mean, I think they obviously hinder the real estate market. Anytime you make it harder for that one person to go get a home, they're no longer bidding on a home. You're taking one of those 10 or 13 people out of that bidding process. Well, yeah, of course, that's going to affect home prices. How much? Personally, I don't think all that much. Yet, I mean, I don't know if you guys, again, another thing on social media right now is rents in Toronto are falling. Well, we just helped an investor rent 2 of his units in High Park, and he got more rent than what he was expecting that we were going to get in February. And he had a lineup of people, and these are well-qualified people. I mean, one of the applicants was making over $300,000 a year, great credit. I mean, these are people who can go buy a home. And yet they're choosing to rent for obviously mobility for whatever reason, and they can afford it, and they're great tenants. So maybe the downtown condo market with all the Airbnb stuff going on, I know now short-term cottage rentals are just now coming back online. I mean, I think if we're just patient and in 2 to 3 months, you're patient through all this, you're going to look like a genius at the end of it. 9 to 18%, guys, I don't see it. I mean, I don't know where that's going to come from. Again, Toronto, Vancouver dominate the market. Maybe what I'll do is I'm going to get on the horn to some of my Vancouver realtor friends who do a lot of deals out there, and I'll give you guys an update next week after I talk to them. This is all just clickbait. Everyone throwing it out there, this is all just clickbait. Like in my mind, none of this is a big deal. So continue on your normal routine, keep working, saving, and get out there and do your side hustle, whether it's investing in real estate, whether it's growing another business, whether it's doing another job on the side, whatever that side hustle is, do that, grow it, build it, love it. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell to get notified of any time I do release a video. And definitely smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. and comment down below what you think the market's going to do, what you're seeing in your area, and any other ideas for videos you guys might have. Love to do them. Love to talk to you guys. Talk to you soon.